Now we will be talking about note values. Here is a chart of the different note values we will be dealing with in this section. At the top, we have a whole note, and this is the symbol used to indicate a whole note. Looks like a circle. Right after that, we have a half note, and this is the symbol used. It's a whole note, but there's also a stem attached to it. The one below that is the quarter note. It is the filled in circle with a stem attached to it. And then we have an eighth note, which is like a quarter note, but it also has a flag attached to the stem. Then we have a 16th note, which is like an eighth note, but there are two flags attached. And then lastly, we have a 32nd note, which is like a 16th note, but there are three flags attached to the stem. So these are the note values we will be dealing with primarily. The book also mentions a double whole note, a 64th note, and a 128th note. But those are rarely used, so we will not mention them too much. So let us talk about the note values a little further. So we know that the highest note value we have is a whole note. Well, underneath we have a half note, so two half notes will equal a whole note. Then we could do the same thing with a half note, and then two quarter notes equal a half note. Then we have a quarter note, and then two eighth notes will equal a quarter note. Let's take it one more further. We have 1/8 note, we could have two 16th notes equal 1/8 note. Now, we don't necessarily have to go in this order. So for example, we can have a half note. Then let's try to figure out how many eighth notes go into a half note. Well, if we know that two quarter notes go into a half note, and two eighth note go into a quarter note, then I know that 4/8 notes equal a half note. So therefore 4/8 notes equal a half note.